So we're here at St. Sebastian Ranch Camp, just east of 95 over by Vero Beach. And I have to say, this will be the first campground I can say we will never come back to. We decided to sell the farm and hit the road. We're on an adventure of a lifetime with our 2 horses, our 2 motorcycles, and our 2 dogs. I'm Rhonda, and this is Jay. We are Pleasure Ride RV. Hit the subscribe button to follow on our next adventure. Sometimes we do some other stuff just to break things up during the day or the week. Should I say week? Right?
It's like we always say, live, love, ride. Chilling underneath the tree.
There's no shade here unless you're brought an umbrella, and umbrellas are only allowed a certain distance into the bandstand. So because we rode our bikes here, we couldn't bring an umbrella. So
oh well.
I'm okay.
Us Canadians like this sun and the warmth.
Yeah, but I like leaning against the tree too.
Yeah. Well, the energy from the earth comes up.
There you go. You're getting it. So we just started out on the Blue Trail, and it was a little muddy and wet at the beginning. There's more mud and wetness ahead, but I guess we'll find out what this trail's gonna be like. So far, the trails are just double wide sand trails going through some scrub bush. It's kind of out in the open so far that we've been on. Wouldn't want to be out here in the summer, that I guarantee you.
Haven't seen any skinny trails.
I've seen one tiny skinny trail since we've been out here, but it said hikers, so no, it said hikers on the sign. So don't know. This is what we've got so far going on. It's still fighting the wind. The wind here has been phenomenal the whole time we've been here. So hopefully you can hear what I have to say, but we found that the trails, they would veer off, and you'd veer off, and then like 200 feet off the trail, just dead ends. So it's kind of aggravating a little bit.
You should actually mark them and say that there's a dead end.
Yeah, put a sign out here. It says dead end.
From the trail. Here's where we came.
Yeah, here's where we came. Here's where you gotta go. Thought that would be a trail because it went off just like this does, and it dead ends. So kind of a aggravating situation, but still out here riding, so we're all good. It's pretty open, so it's pretty hot, especially with the white sand. This is what the trails are like here. What? He needs a drink? Oh, he's a thirsty boy. More wet trails. And I mean, it has only rained once, what, in the last 3 weeks?
Oh, that one day it rained totally the whole entire day.
Don't know if it got it up here though. It did down south where we were.
Well, obviously we got it here.
So this is the blue trail still. I mean, this is the only trail that we have to work with, but this is kind of crazy. I mean, we've had nothing but warm 70s, 75-degree weather, wind, and this does not dry up. It's just a mud bog. I don't know. It's not for me. And it's also open and hot. You really sink. Honey's trying to find her driest. Honey's trying to find the driest spot. Yeah. So on their website, I looked everywhere. It does not say tent camping only in the primitive horse camping area. We got here in the evening, and by, I think it was like 8 o'clock the next morning, they were knocking on our door. And they said, we can't be here. No RVs are allowed. And I said, well, that's not what they told me when it says on the website, in order to book the horse camp, you have to phone in. So I phoned in, told the lady that I spoke to everything that we had. She said, the only thing that she said was, the place is a little wet. And she said that a lot of people are having problems getting in here because it's pretty wet. Now, we got in here, he knocked on our door, and Justin proceeded to tell us we weren't allowed to be here, and that yes, occasionally they let living quarter horse trailers stay if they're small enough. Other than that, if you're in a living quarters horse trailer, you have to camp right here. Here's the stalls. You have to camp beside the stalls by this picnic table, and it is soaking wet. You would be stuck in a heartbeat here. So then he proceeded to tell us that we had to be in a tent, and tent camping was over behind the horse stalls. And wait till I show you that. I'll show you the show you where the tents are supposed to be. So when you park your horse trailer and take your horses and put them in the pen, then you have to come around here beside the road. And this is where you're supposed to tent camp. In the middle of this pond. Like, really? You're supposed to tent camp right here with all this water. So, needless to say, we said, well, give us our money back. We can leave. No problem. He says, nope. I'm not asking you to leave. I'm just telling you this is primitive camping. And I said, but primitive camping has a different definition depending on where you go. And he says, no, all primitive camping in all the state of Florida is tent camping only. And it's kind of funny because we've been to a lot of, we go to a lot of primitive camping and have never come across this issue before. So we got things smoothed over. We're only here for like a few days, quite a few days, but needless to say. Anyway, so it's not a bad setup. I mean, the motorhome is right there. It's right along this road when you come in. So that because there's a lot of day use area here. So when we first got here the first day, there was 4 trailers that came in that day. So there's also a trail riding rental place that comes in here and takes people out of here on trail rides. So we moved all the way over as far as we could. Now this is, once you go off this circular grass area, you're getting into a lot of water. A lot of water. So there isn't bad, but if you walk in your bare feet, the water gushes under your feet, and there hasn't been any rain here in like a week. So it's just generally really, really wet. The stalls are nice. They have a hitching post here in front of the first two stalls. We put our own solar light up here that we had bought to light up this area. But the stalls are nice. They're fairly big. They have a part roof on them. So, and they also have a manure pit over here, which, believe me, nobody that comes here uses, obviously, from the stalls we had to clean out when we got here. And the amount of manure that's all over this area, nobody picks it up. It's almost like people come in here, it's day use, their horse poops, big deal, somebody else will pick it up, or it'll just absorb into the ground eventually. So I'd have to say this is probably the worst place that we've been to so far, from what I can see. I mean, if you have a really small unit and you're just coming for a few days, I would say it's probably great. But I think I kind of think that the rules and regulations should be posted maybe a little bit better on their website, because it says that it's a preserve state park. Well, any state park that we've been to isn't that strict. But there's also water here. So they have water here. It's pretty good water. It doesn't have any smell, and it tastes pretty good. So they have this tap here for water, and they have that there is where you're supposed to park your living quarters for that section only. And then we notice that there's pack in, pack out. I mean, a lot of the state parks, because you're paying to stay, they usually provide a disposal for your garbage, but not here. But we noticed that there's a picnic area just like 500 feet up the road. And it's just a picnic area where people can come and sit and have a picnic and go for a hike. And they have a trash bin. So it kind of shows to me that they're not really interested in the horse people being here. And from the attitude that we got when we came, this is not really what they're wanting in here, is horse people. Plus, I want to say this road is busy from morning right through until supposedly they lock the gates at 5:30. It's now 6 o'clock. People are still rolling by. So I also wanted to make one more comment that I forgot to mention. When they came and knocked on our door and said we weren't allowed to be here, they also said there is absolutely no generators allowed in any preserve park in Florida, which I'm not sure. There's nothing, absolutely nothing on their website that says no generators allowed. Because I went through it and looked everywhere that I could look. So there's no generators allowed here at all. But it's really kind of funny because just on the other side of here, this is all cattle field. All over here, there's cattle in here. And on the other side of that bush is a shooting range. So I said, well, our generator's really not that loud. And he said, well, it doesn't matter. This is a preserve for wildlife, and we don't want to scare the wildlife. The shooting range, 6 days a week, is going off from like 9 o'clock in the morning till like 3 in the afternoon, non-stop. Bang, bang, bang. It's like fireworks all day long. And that kind of baffles me, because if this is a preserve and you don't want to scare the wildlife, why would they allow a shooting range just beside or within the preserve? So that was just another thing that kind of irked us a little bit, just so we'd let you know. If you got a big living quarters or an RV, I would really second guess coming here. Okay, well, I'm in the tree. We want to do our final thoughts here at St. Sebastian. I'm not gonna say don't ever come here. I'm not gonna say it's really bad.
It just wasn't for us.
Yeah, this place is not for us. I'd have to say, out of all the places that we've ever been to, this is by far probably one we will never come back to. 100%, we would never come back here.
Now, there's some people that enjoy coming here, but me personally, I mean, we've camped here, and we've had the park rangers fly in here with his pickup truck and did a U-turn real quick and took off, and the traffic's a little heavy here, so you get a lot of dust over everything. And I'm not trying to be a complainer, it's not for us. I mean, we also get a lot of dust in Arizona. So.
Yeah, I mean, the dust doesn't bother me. I think it's more a lot of traffic. I found the ranger here was not
very rude.
Yeah, he's just on a power trip as far as I'm concerned.
He was saying that you can only camp here with a tent with a horse. So if you have living quarters, he said a small living quarter trailer.
But absolutely no RVs. But anyway, here nor there. I think what got me the most about the Ranger was when we had a disagreement on how it's run out west in the BLM land. He was quite argumentative as far as telling me you can't have generators and RVs on BLM land. Well, I'm going to tell you you're wrong, and I tried to tell him he was wrong, but nope, he was right. So well, it doesn't matter. It's everybody.
It's the way he presented it. He was very blunt and ignorant about it.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not here nor there. We're here to review the campground, and as far as we're concerned, it's not for us. So
it's a nice spot, but like I say, there's not very much parking in here, because there's quite a bit of land here, but a lot of that's just mush. It's just mucky.
It's just
so you're gonna get stuck going over
there.
Oh. So you got a little short spot here that you actually can park a trailer without getting stuck. That's about it.
Yeah. So final thoughts.
Not for us.
Not for us. So thanks for joining us on this adventure of St. Sebastian. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Helps us out. And don't forget,
live,
love,
ride.